And Gar, if you have a recap from last time you'd like to share with us.
Mm-hmm. Last time on Shadowrun Button Run, the team converges on the Baron's chambers to retrieve the book that is the object of the thing. Clay and Morty approach the guards from one side, Slick, Waller, and Neil from the other. Slick wraps Shadow about himself and swarms across the corridor wall, leaping to kick one of the guards, knocking the man to the ground. Neil steps out in his wake, gunning down the second guard, while taking a burst of fire on his armor. The elevator doors open, and Clay and Morty find themselves face to face with rifle-toting guards. Morty blurs into their midst and starts hitting dudes. Clay charges in and hits them even harder, scattering dudes and guns all around the lobby. Slick finds a key on one of the downed guards and opens the locked door of the Baron's chambers to be greeted by a shotgun blast, which he evades desperately, throwing himself back into the corridor with a whimper and some damp trousers. Waller drags him to safety and puts him in a recovery position. As Neil approaches the lobby, Morty deploys a devastating magical wet willy on one of the remaining guards. Rounding the corner, Neil cold-cocks the remaining guard. Waller eavesdrops on the Baron's room, overhearing a whispered argument between Bruno and at least one other person. Clay casts a stun bomb spell into the room, and Morty and Neil rush in. The most aware person in the room is a shotgun-toting troll, who Morty slaps into somnambulance. Neil does a less than graceful slide across a large octagonal bed, but secures the unconscious form of Bruno. Waller locates the book and quickly takes it. Slick rouses himself and enters the room, trying to stay in Clay's capacious shadow. Clay heads in and brains another drowsy guard with a staff. Slick rushes the last guard, who for some reason has a sword. He attempts a cool move, but the guard isn't as drowsy as he appears and gives Slick a bit of a stabbing before being disarmed. The room's secure. Waller begins to heal Slick, and then there is some noise from outside. Clay magically rouses Father Braun, who also was in the room, and I guess I didn't mention, as Morty sees a bunch of armed people approaching along the corridor. These are not guards, but presumably fellow treasure hunters. Meanwhile, a panel inside the room slides open, and Goldie appears, giving most of us a bit of a heart attack. One of the new interlopers, Arta, is the bartender from the beer garden. Mostly just wants to see Father Braun, which Morty permits. Goldie asks for the book, and Ola is about to hand it to her before the bartender yells out, and everything turns confusing. Ola flinches back, and Braun questions the bartender, who appears to be part of some larger effort. There's a bit of a confrontation. Each party tries to convince us to hand them the book. In the end, Clay hands it to Arta, who presents it to Father Braun and thus inherits the barony. Goldie leaves in a huff, and Arta goes to deal with the ongoing conflict outside. We make ourselves scarce. Very scarce. On the train from Hintermausen to Munich, Morty gets a message from Aaron demanding a virtual meeting once we arrive in Berlin. Neil talks Morty into letting him accompany him, but on arriving in Berlin, the rest of the team head to a German-American diner. Morty and Neil head to the Watergate, a basement club. Morty hires a private room and checks into the Matrix with a trode rig while Neil stands guard. In the virtual space, Morty meets with Erin. It's a very high-maintenance sort of combo. She has a lot of dire warnings that culminate in a lead on a job offer that is high stakes, but she says might also be our only chance of getting out of Germany. Meanwhile, back in the German-American diner, Ola, Clay, and Slick's meal is interrupted by Adaza, who is all passive-aggressive about our conduct. She drops some ominous comments about us being able to leave the country at all, and then makes herself scarce. Morty fills us in on his job offer, which comes with an offer of a trip home on a diplomatic flight. After more discussion than necessary, we decide to take the meat and the flight.
The flight and its destination is Sacremento in the California Free State.
Oh, you've been to Calfree?
Off to Cali.
So, California Free State is one of the fallout from the rise of the Native American nations and the ultimate fracturing of North America. Unlike Seattle, it didn't go with the rest of the United Canadian American States. It decided to go its own way. Subsequently was largely invaded and occupied by a Japanese imperialist army and stayed that way for a long time. These days, it's not under Japanese thumb and operates more as a independent and corporate enclave. Surprise, surprise. They have, in recent memory, had a border dispute with Chirtangare. Though when I say recent memory, it was, I think, about 30 years ago. But there's still a little bit of bad blood in Northern California. Sacremento is the capital and is where the plane leaves you. And you have been given the time frame and destination to attend the meeting, which is approximately 1.5 hours after you exit the airport, going through customs. The time difference between Germany and California means that you are about 6 or so hours before you arrive 6 hours before you left. So it's about 11 p.m.
We still have like harm effects and that sort of thing from our previous mission.
Unless it's been healed by magic, then yes.
Right.
I only have 1 karma, guys.
I have 2.
Well,
This is going to be fun.
luckily I have 8.
I have 2 also.
Mm.
But I mean,
Right.
it's just a meat. What could possibly go wrong?
So we should probably try and rest up, right?
Should we
Well-
just do a quick damage report? Because
Do we have a mission? He said like in an hour and a half's time we have to like get up to this meeting or something, don't we?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's soon.
I mean-
Fuck.
Like
Okay.
we're straight into it again.
All right. Well, I'm not too badly off. I got level 1 harm.
Same.
is there any of us who are unharmed?
I don't
Yeah.
think I got any harm.
Oh,
I'm fully healed, aren't I? Yeah.
Yeah, you're healed.
Man, that was a bad mission for me. Like
I'm-
full on traumatized and then just completely just stabbed by a sword.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
physically okay. Mentally, a little traumatized.
I tell you, they go like that sometimes, Slick, you know? Like, I ever tell you the time Feathered
We-
Serpents melted my face off?
Oh,
We,
shit, man. Nah.
We haven't even finished this mission. Like, we haven't got our money yet.
Got to deliver the goods first.
Ah, fuck. We're not even in the right country.
I know, I thought we were going home, but no, we're in fucking California.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're a lot closer.
I thought we'd have a little bit of time.
Well,
Well-
we can help them meet, and then we'll know what the things are. You know.
So, heading into town for the meet then?
Yeah. Let's move on out.
So, brief forays into Europe aside, it's familiar for some of you and less so for others to be back in a country that is almost wholly populated by humans. Far less of the other metahumans present on the streets.
Well, we're
Otherwise,
not going to stick out at all.
otherwise, Sacramento seems, well, it's certainly closer to Seattle than to Karasur. A still somewhat crumbling metropolis that is also populated with unimaginable wealth and flashy structures sprouting out of the decay.
you know, I was really enjoying that brief period in my life where no one was asking to touch my dermal deposits.
The meet, somewhat unusually, has been set in what seems to be an office block. Bitsy says that it is currently unoccupied.
Okay, have we been provided with any kind of credentials in terms of being in this country legally?
Yeah, you've got visitors' visas.
Alright, sweet. So presumably off the back of that we can at least operate without... Okay, good. Oh, I guess we'll go to the meet, eh?
Well, there's nobody in the
Yeah.
building apparently. Are we just gonna go in and wait?
Yeah. I mean, it's a Johnson. They're like, deception and theatricalities. It's best to just give them their little moment to shine.
So the Uber drops you off outside the building, which it's about 7 or 8 stories high, standard glass steel facade. You can see the lobby is lit and available. There is it's a kind of a tan color setup, mostly just sort of slate ground and walls, tiles basically. And there is a young elven receptionist behind the counter, backed up with a orcish security guard. And there is a series of elevators behind her.
I give the guard the orchestra security nod.
He is unmoved.
Tough crowd.
But the receptionist smiles brightly despite the advanced hour and says, welcome to Brightline. Would you be the buyers?
Have we had any instructions as to what the fuck
Sure.
that might mean?
Other than you're to meet a Mr. Raddick, that's all you've been told.
Yeah,
I'd say
I think we're the
possibly.
buyers.
We're not decided yet.
Are we here to meet Mr. Raddick?
Very good. I'll let him know that you've arrived. If you'd just like to take a seat.
Is there any interesting reading material in the waiting room?
There's a series of corporate brochures, essentially. Augmented reality.
That augmented reality metro map really
What
sort of
are you-
opened my eyes as to how
Yeah,
AR could be.
this is the sort of stuff, except it's everywhere in Shadowrun. Like I say, mostly Bitsy keeps away the spam, but to the average person, most of their world is AR.
Gross.
It helps keeps their mind off how terrible everything looks.
Shadowrun's become a lot like Syndicate.
I sidle up to Neil and I'm like, yo, she said we could take your chairs. These are some nice chairs.
How
I'll
well
take these
does
seats, she said.
how well do the chairs fit my orcish frame?
Yeah, they're fine. There isn't a troll chair for Clay, but there is a couch.
That's a troll chair. Also, I'll just say to Morty, I'll be like, I don't think we're supposed to take them away. I think we just like take. Yeah. Did you ever start talking and just have no roadmap for where you just knew this was going?
Is this what they're selling? Maybe.
I mean, like,
Are we
generally,
smoking here?
that's like that's just how I roll.
He never has a plan to finish sentences.
Well, I don't know what you're trying to imply, but the fact is that
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
Point made. Okay,
I mean,
so
no, but sure.
an elevator dings, and the receptionist looks over and says, you may now head up in your own time.
Sweet. Well, let's go now. Let's get this. Let's go.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Yeah. Can one of
Well,
you
we're
magic?
going toward the elevator. We're heading up.
Yeah. Can one of you magic hands just keep a magical eye open for magic?
I mean, at this stage, and Morty's in a zero fucks given mood. At this stage, Neil, doesn't matter. We get surprised by things. We end up we just deal with it. Like,
I'd rather be surprised by it sooner than
let's
later.
just be surprised. Just this one.
We're just here to find out what's going on.
I mean, that sounds
fine.
like a
It'll
terrible
all be
plan.
fine. Let's go.
It's worth bearing in mind that as you've travelled back through airport security, etc., you're largely less than your usual heavy armament.
Yeah. But it's fine, because I'm a weapon.
Yeah, you got an ace in the hole. So, elevator takes you up, doesn't tell you where, what floor, but the doors open onto a reasonably subdued and darkened looking floor office, essentially. So there's a few sort of night lights on about the place, but nothing particularly bright. The office looks like it's basically been shut down. There's a variety of different pieces of furniture that have been covered with drop cloths and tarpaulins. Some things never go out of style. But ahead of you, you can see there is a small spotlight that is shining on a boardroom up ahead. The door is slightly ajar.
Right, let's head over there.
Let's go.
Okay. So,
This reminds me a lot of home.
reminds you of what, sorry?
It was just like Sacremento. This reminds me of home. The good old days.
Morty,
The Sacred
home is where the heart
hallways.
is.
So, pushing aside the door, you can see a selection of boardroom tables. Well, it's actually a single piece of wood, but it's a circular piece with a hole in the middle, a donut-shaped table, if you will. On the end opposite to the door, you see a human man dressed in a tweed suit, straightening his tie. He's flanked by an orc and a troll who appear to be muscle. And they are armed.
I actually am not going to reattempt the orcish nod.
You've been rebuffed once, and that's enough.
It's gut shot.
I've been hurt before.
I'm gonna eyeball the troll though.
Morty's gonna smile and wave. Hi.
Mr. Reddick, I presume?
You presume correctly. He stands up, puts his hands on the table. I see you all made it. That's good news.
Indeed. Thanks for the light. It was very convenient.
Take a seat.
I will Morty, just sit down, mate.
Okay.
Like arrange delivery later.
Is there a troll chair?
No, not as such.
I crush one of the chairs.
Institutional racism is all it is.
Yeah, I sit down next to Morty.
Yeah, I just sit with my hands on the table in plain sight.
So, yeah, the two guards are keeping an eye on you, but they're not presenting their weapons. Their weapons are holstered as well. They don't have them ready.
I was gonna say, I fucking hope not. Because, you know, I don't want them to get hurt, and if they do that, Morty would probably give them fatal wet willies.
Just remember that.
Didn't go well. All right, so Mr. Reddick says it's possible you have had some information on the task that we're intending to give to you. I'm here to provide any further detail that you might request, but essentially you are to recover some data that we desire.
Yeah, table talk quickly. Does anyone have any fucking idea what we already know?
No.
Don't remember anything.
Can't remember.
Wasn't it something to do with a dragon?
That rings a bell.
Aaron said you would be stealing from a great dragon.
Fuck.
Another fucking day at the office.
So,
Alrighty.
All right, then. Well, I guess the basics are: what is the thing? Where is the thing? And what do we need to know about getting the thing?
there is a project file encrypted. It's called Callisto, and it can be found in the system of the Shasta Lodge, known to be one of the lairs of Hestaby. This is why it is a high priority, and it is also why your remuneration will be quite generous.
Hestaby, is that not Lockware's on again, off again?
The Rachel to his Ross.
Buck or something.
She's more well known publicly for being the replacement for Loftware on the Council of Princes in Church Angare.
Oh.
But she's also known for helping fight off Church Angare's invasion of Calfrey, which makes things fairly tricky politically.
Did that happen before or after she became a member of the council?
Before.
Wow, she must be good at politics.
She's also a dragon.
Yeah, true.
Mr. X says that is the first complication, simply the location itself. The second is that it is a time-sensitive operation and would need to be completed within 10 days.
All right.
Coincidentally is the amount of time we've arranged for your visitors' visas.
What a happy coincidence. All right, so whereabouts is the Shasta Lodge?
Northern California, just
Okay.
south of the Church Angare border.
And we're assuming it will require physical penetration to retrieve the thing. I didn't mean it to sound like that.
once you've penetrated the perimeter, there may be access available, but there is no external access, or else we would be approaching a team that is more suitable for that work. Your team has a reputation for success, although...
Up until you said although, that was the nicest thing anyone had ever said to us that started with those words.
It perhaps goes without saying that your usual spontaneity maybe need to be reined in for your own safety.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I mean, of course.
I would argue that our spontaneity and our success go hand in hand, but
My concern is solely for the success. The spontaneity is your own lookout.
Well, you can be sure you've chosen the right team for the job. Shall we talk numbers then?
So, leaving aside the service, for which there is no charge, we are prepared to offer 15,000 yen each for the successful completion, and an expense account of 10,000.
So group chat, I'm just going to be like, guys, that's 15k each. That's not bad, eh?
That's quite a bit.
It's quite a bit.
But
Let's just
enough
take
to
it,
pick up
get
the
this
dragon?
done, and go home. Like, that sounds great to me. Do it.
Okay, let me just try one thing.
group chat, let's look at it that like we're supposed to be like stealing from a dragon, which is arguably the most dangerous thing we can ever do with our lives.
You
Go
do
for
make
more money.
a good point there.
It's beneath attacking a dragon front on, but it's above attacking literally anything else.
Well, Mr. Raddick, that does seem like a very good starting point. Shall we we'll just revise that up, let's say by a third each, but we'll need to double that expense account just for expenses and etc. Well, just expenses, but etc. comes under expenses. You understand? You see, the specifics of like shadow running, to you, if I may use the course term, and I can obviously because I'm talking about us, and I'm not going to offend you by offending us. But my point is the logistics of everything, especially operating in foreign countries. No offense. What I'm trying to do is use technobabble, Ben. Can I use technobabble?
Generally speaking, technobabble is reserved more for when you're talking about engine parts and mechanics rather than just general babble. That's not technobabble, that's just babble.
Okay. Well, is it possible for me to get the general babble ability? Because I think it would be great.
What you could do is use an analogy.
I don't know if he's into the study of... Wait. Yeah. Well, okay. Shall we just say I tried to use technobabble, but it turned out just to be whatever the fucking skill I have that is the actual thing.
What you'd generally be using is influence.
Sick. That's the one spirit thing that I have a die in. And by a die, I mean one singular. Let's see how this goes. What the fuck do I do with it? Oh, fuck. Now I've done it. Look at that shit.
Use the 6. Use
Did
the
you
right
say?
one.
Did you say the 1?
No.
Oh, sorry, I misheard. That's on me.
Okay, so unsurprisingly, he's unmoved by your marginally competent efforts.
So guys, 15k and 10 expenses, that's alright.
Like I said, man,
Yeah.
we just need to take this, get this over and done with. Like, I'm fed up, man. I want to go home. Like, let's do this. Let's fucking rob the dragon, take the mission, go.
Wait. If you want to go home, how is taking on a job the fastest option?
Well, we got to get the job done to fulfill the whole journey.
No,
Like,
we
gotta do what we got to do.
we've taken the meeting as trade for getting home. Was that not the case, man?
Yeah, but we've ended up in California. Man, I want to get back home.
Yeah, you were the taking the meeting was conditional, but you weren't required to take the job.
Oh, are we not? I thought we had to fulfill the mission.
Nah, man.
Right. Well, then fuck this mission. Let's just go home. Jesus.
The quick 180.
Jesus. Why are we trying to steal from a dragon here?
But well, okay, so
That sounds insane, and you guys look really fucking knackered after the last mission. I mean, I'm broken down.
Morty potentially, so we have to wait for his say so to when he comes back, because he may have a more compelling reason to complete it.
Yeah, this seems personal for him. I don't know the backstory of this whole Aaron business, so.
Also,
So what's happening?
the situation is
Negotiations are collapsing.
it's not that bad. Slick is pretty keen on not doing the job, and I can't remember what Clay said, but it was probably something sensible, which doesn't help us.
I kind of need you guys to do this job with me. I mean, that's what we discussed before we took the flight.
I'm in.
Do we really have to do this one, Morty? Because like I just don't think this is a good one, and to be honest, I'm fed up. Like this
proposition is questionable if we are like in prime shape. We are just coming out of the back of a job that kind of put us through the ringer.
Right. Well, we've got 10 days. That gives us time to rest up and shit. And we also we're going to need to get equipped. And I'll ask Mr. Johnson, who actually has a name this time, weirdo, about the equipment issue, because he wasn't going to budge on money, and I gave him a really convincing pitch. And if I can mitigate for a minute, someone else should definitely try to negotiate.
Yeah, we need gear. I mean, if we're going to do this, we need to plan for the physical, the technological, and the magical aspect of it. And we need to have a triple threat in that regard.
Okay.
This is achievable. We can break this down into multiple steps, guys, and we can do this. But everyone needs to be on board. If you want to bow out, you can bow out. But I'm going to be doing this, and I will get a team together to do this, whether or not you're part of that team.
Don't worry, we're doing it, obviously.
All right.
I'm looking at Flick.
Fair enough.
And I'm like, are you in?
Can't believe that word.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna just leave. I mean, I can't really leave anyway.
Go
I don't
on,
really
man.
know where I'm going. I'll come. I'll come with you, man.
Is Martin quite delayed?
I mean,
It's pretty sketchy. Like, it's constantly freezing the video for me.
The audio's fine for me, but the video's skipping.
Just try exiting and coming back in, man. See if that fixes it.
Now we can talk about him.
Man, fuck that guy. Making us do this mission.
Oh, that's way better.
Yeah, you're a human now.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, can we just sound off who in this this chat has faced off with a dragon before or dealt with one?
I have. And
I have.
He has. I did lose my right hand, but that wasn't to the dragon. That was to a shotgun.
I've only encountered one in a tiny apartment.
I used to work for one.
Weirdly specific.
Well, it was Morty.
Oh yeah, and I am one. I
Technically
forgot.
not a dragon.
Well,
I'm a drake.
okay.
It's like a baby dragon.
So that's as far as I've...
I mean, they don't say don't deal with a drake. Nobody's ever said that.
Yeah, that's not how the saying goes.
It doesn't make it a bad sentiment, but...
I mean, I would deal with me.
All right,
says
well...
never deal with a dragon. It doesn't say never steal from a dragon. You're okay.
The headless voice has a compelling point. And also the two guys that have actually got experience with the dragon have clearly come out of it with a positive impression. So
Well, they're very keen on doing this.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, the money's good, but you stick with the team.
Did we have a time limit on when to get that book back for our previous mission that isn't finished yet?
Good point.
I don't think so.
All right. So I'll just keep that bad boy safe.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
And on the subject of equipment, like, possibly we'd need equipment for, the approach and incursion, insertion and exit, but actual weaponry, if it comes to a fight, I mean...
Well, if it comes to a fight, I'm picturing that fight not being with the dragon itself, because if so, obviously we're boned. But the dragon might have underlings, minions, if you will, who would take some significant shooting, stabbing, and otherwise hitting. So, I mean, okay, all right. All right. I think I got this. Okay, Mr. Reddick, I see what you're saying. Now, obviously, we are an international Shadowrun team. We operate in various locations around the globe. And I hate to admit this to you, but this is actually our first foray into the Southern California. The free California. We haven't worked here, but what I'm saying is our contacts in terms of equipment are somewhat limited. And what I'm trying to ask you for is, can we arrange to get some equipment? I don't even look, guys, I don't even miss Chase at this point. I'm really fucking nailing this.
He says, I was informed something like this may come up. I'd be prepared to offer you some more nuyen in that respect. However, the arrangements, I was told to give you this, and he takes a chip out of his top coat of his pocket very slowly and flicks it over the table.
Okay, I'll only touch it if it means stopping it from hitting the floor. And just see if there's any AR shit attached to it that tells me what the fuck's going on with it.
Just gives a blank, like a serial number. Doesn't have any metadata coming out.
Okay, well, I'll slot the chip into whatever the fuck I've got that can read a chip.
Okay, so Bitsy says, that's kind of weird. It's encrypted, but it's encrypted with one of my ciphers.
That does not fill me with confidence.
It's not hard to unlock it. Do you want me to do that?
Might as well at this point, right? You're the expert.
Okay, so an image pops up in your head, and I guess on the group chat as well, which is just a simple text message that says Chase.
Speak of the bloody devil.
And he shall be mentioned in a cryptic message.
Didn't we leave guns and shit with Chase?
Wait, who we chasing?
Oh, we totally did that.
Is Chase supposed to be in this country?
Not that we know of.
He's in like UCAS or Seattle. Sorry.
Yeah. Thanks, Mr. Reddick. That's a thing.
I wonder how he got that.
There's something going on here that I don't know what it is, which is weird because normally I know what everything is.
Maybe you guys should give your friend a call.
Yeah,
who's this
sure.
Chase guy you keep talking about?
He's this guy who used to run with us. He nice guy. Used to do the negotiations. Luckily, I picked up quite a lot from him, so we don't, it's not much of a drama. Whatever. All right then. Well, I guess I'll just fucking text Chase you up. No, so I'll just in the group chat just be like,
It's like up to.
Yeah, yeah. Should we ring him now or after the meeting? Let's do that. What do you?
Yeah, let's maybe leave a meeting before we start.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks, Mr. Reddick. I believe everything's in order. We'll be in touch.
Just ignore the NPC. Just sort of sits there in the corner while we start calling people. He's like, "All right, shall I go? Shall I go? Are you guys done?"
Would you? Do we have an agreement? I suppose, or would you like to go away and think about it?
Oh, we've got that option. Shit.
Well, how about we will be in touch within 24 hours with your answer. Is that adequate?
Yes, provided you're aware that the mission timer clock has already started.
Naturally. We won't leave you hanging any longer than necessary. Obviously, we wouldn't want to upfuck your plans.
Subject to your agreement, I will have your expenses transferred. But until then, enjoy your time here in Sacremento.
Thanks, Mike. We'll be in touch.
Righto.
All right, let's find somewhere to fucking crash, all right, so do we want to suss out some accommodation or some shit right now? Or we probably won't. Oh, fuck, man. Someone do the thinking.
We're Flash. Let's get a
hotel. Yeah, man. Let's get somewhere really nice. It sounds like we got a pretty decent expense count. Let's fucking just splash out, man.
Didn't we come here straight from the plane, the airport?
Yeah.
We gotta have a fucking sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I do.
Okay, so I'm gonna get on Airbnb or whatever and just look for moderately nice. I grew up in this same area as Slick. I know what he means by extremely luxurious.
Probably not Airbnb on the night, but something equivalent. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean what if or booking.
Yeah. Hotel Trivago.
Yeah. I assume that kind of shit is even more prevalent now. Well, it's probably all controlled by the megacorps, actually. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's not difficult to find accommodation. even at this late hour, particularly in the price bracket that you're looking at, which in this case would be like 100 yen a night.
All right, I want John Barilaro's estate.
We're not going to have to share rooms, are we?
Can we just go to a hotel and just get some rooms? Is that just easier?
We'll just book some hotels at a room. I mean, fuck me.
Yeah.
Let's. Where's the nearest one? Let's go.
Yeah, I'll
I'll
arrange this.
Continental breakfast.
Yep, I'll arrange the search algorithm with those things, balancing proximity against cost.
Oh yeah. So yeah, like I say, 150 yen a night would get you what you want.
All right.
Sweet, done. Let's Uber.
Yep.
I think I want my own room, guys.
Should we split ourselves over 2 hotels to just, make it a little bit more elusive?
Seems like more admin.
Do we need to be elusive?
It's all about the paper trail.
Honestly, I can't be asked.
Who's paranoid here? He said, knowing full well that Orla is.
I'm paranoid, sure, but am I paranoid enough? Sweet. Okay. Let's get to the Pogon Hotel and drop all our shit. I mean, however much shit we've got in our rooms, and reconvene at the hotel bar, and we'll fucking nail all this shit down, eh?
What time is it?
By now, it's midnight.
Oh, yeah.
Is the hotel bar open?
Yes.
Thank fuck. Okay. Well, I assume Neil will be the first to the bar, and he's just going to sit there and get a round of drinks in, and wait for everyone else to turn up.
Okay.
Like, just basically drop my bags in the fucking room.
Neil, love, great, love, you're on point, great, and mission focus, great, but, we're all dead on our feet, mate. Let's plan in the morning.
Look, I'm all for planning in the morning, but I thought we'd call Chase first, just to make sure we got that shit nailed down. And I don't want to leave Reddick hanging for too long. So as much as he seems like a bit of a fucking soft touch, he's got some high stakes shit going on.
It's West Coast. Chase is on the West Coast, and it's midnight, mate.
Have you met Chase? That dude is not asleep at midnight.
6.5 hours, enough time. We'll just sleep. It's everyone's tired, mate.
Look, you've got a much better chance of catching Chase at midnight than you do at 6:30 in the morning. I'll tell you that much.
All right, you call Chase. I'm going to bed.
All right. Is anyone else coming down to the bar?
Nah, I'm going to sleep. I don't even know this Chase dude.
Same.
Yeah, I'm going to sleep.
Oh well, I only got one round in, so it's actually about right anyway. Okay, so I'll just ring Chase.
Okay. Give me a sec. I'm gonna send you something, Austin, on Discord. Assuming you want to handle the chat side of it. But, yeah.
You said Discord. Do you mean something else? Or?
No, sorry, I'm still typing it.
God, it takes forever to connect a phone call from Sacremento to UCAS, doesn't it?
It does. It's a wee while.
Good. Well, while the call's going through, I'm going to take a wee.
Good, because it's going to take me that time to read the shit too. There we go.
Oh, are you going to be playing chase?
I am.
Oh, yeah.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring. What do dial tones sound like in the 27?
Hey, Neil, what's going on?
Chase, hey mate. So funny story. We have been offered a job down the line a bit, and when I asked about securing some equipment, we got an encrypted chip with your name on it. I assume you know what's going on, because I'll tell you what, I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to give you all the details. You know how it is. But I can sort you out some supplies. You know, I know a couple guys in town.
All right. Well, that's I guess it's the main thing then. Sweet. Fuck, if you can just let me know the details, it'll be sick.
Yeah, I'll flick you up a time for a meet tomorrow.
Fuck yeah.
If that works. Cool.
Mean. Sounds meant.
All right.
All right, good to we should catch up when we get back in town though.
Definitely.
Yeah. Still smashing the roulette.
That's where I am right now.
Fucking A. Never change.
Letting it ride.
I assume that means something in that context. Oh, around the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Sick. Thanks, bro. Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess. And yeah, sign off. I guess I'll be sensible then and just settle up and go to bed instead of kneeling everything up.
Okay, so what sorts of harm do people have?
I have level 1.
Yeah, I'm on level 1.
Is it just like drain or something, or what sort of harm is it? Or do you not?
I think I've got drain from something I did.
Mine
yeah,
might be drain too.
Yeah, so I had a hangover, but I assume that was yesterday. But I also have bruising from being shot through with my armor.
Wait, no. I got 2 level 1 harms, so I now have 1 level 2 harm.
I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah, that's not how it works. It means you just have 2 level 1s.
Alright. Well, then I've got 2 level 1s.
I've got 1 level 1, and I think it was drain.
Yeah, so I've got 2 level 1s. One of them was the hangover, so can I assume that one's no longer a thing?
I don't know, you're a big guy. You drink a lot.
Hair of the dog, though.
Hangovers.
Yeah, I've had hair of the dog now, so I think I should sort it out.
Oh, yeah, actually.
Sorry, the scale of the dragon.
So, roll your lowest attribute.
This is going well.
Actually, no. Roll your body, but not with your cyber armor.
Still quite a few dice. Oh, for crying. The highest roll I've gotten so far. That's good.
Okay, so yeah, healing is going to take, like, what were you injured by?
So one was a hangover, one was a burst of automatic fire that was absorbed by my armored jacket. Mostly absorbed.
Yeah, the hangover is not really a problem. That's gone. But the automatic fire, basically you've got a healing clock. So you've got 1 out of 4 segments. Each day of rest lets you make another test. This is without any other medical assistance or anything. It'll be completely gone if you're able to rest up for a few days.
Alright, I'm going to have to go get some essential oils.
Yep.
Is anyone else going to need to roll theirs?
Everyone else is able to, with the... Because you haven't really done much today other than travel and...
Yes.
So.
Yes, please.
Alright, how many dicicles?
So what are we rolling? Body?
Yeah.
Do I have 4 in body or 3 in body?
Can I get 3 from Ego?
Yep. Oh my god.
So that's 3 karma? No, that was my injury. Shit. So I'm still drained.
I'm just going to change out my dice. These ones are not performing. Random number generated my ass.
Are we able to do anything for our karma?
Yes, not tonight though. But over the next few days, that's something that you can choose to invest time into. But yeah, it was just anyone with harm was able to make a roll for today and the sleep, basically. So we'd start again the next morning.
All right. Roll.
I would like to roll, please. 4 dice.
That's fucking better. I knew those other dice were shit.
There's a 6 in there. That means something.
It means you're halfway done. So 2 out of 4. Assuming, you just had level 1 as well, Morty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 level 1s.
Yeah, that's the only problem that you have, is you can heal 1 injury at a time.
Aha.
So, day dawns, you've earned a sleep in. You didn't spend too much time in Europe, so there's not too much difficulty readjusting to the Pacific Standard Time. But yeah, you probably spend some time sleeping in, or you can do if you choose.
I order room service and have breakfast in bed.
I avail myself of the continental breakfast, which is like the one thing that isn't unflavored soy paste that Morty likes. Yes.
Really treating yourself.
The Bain Marie of rubbery eggs, and the lukewarm porridge, and the cold toast, and the much too hard little packages of faux butter. And then you take a scoop and you spread it across your toast, and it just crushes your toast instead.
Alright, well, you need to check your privilege. To us Barons boys, this is some legit shit. Check it out. This bread is like... This toast might be made of actual bread. Yeah. Check out, the faux butter is slightly better than the faux butter I had one other time.
It's higher brand of faux butter.
I mean, this bacon has never met anything that has even a nodding acquaintance with a pig, but yeah.
Slick's just eating.
I can't believe it's not raw protein components.
Hoovering food off a plate.
I'm just gonna put some faux bacon on some somewhat toast, and the blocks of butter I'm not gonna spread. I'm just gonna put them between the bacon and the toast, and then pile like scrambled faux eggs just over it in a mountain, and just let the heat of that, if there is any, do the work on the what might be butter.
There's a soggy heat. Yeah.
Why is everything
That's
faux?
right.
Morty is having soy eggs on toast with salt.
Because like real food is like only for rich people at this point.
Yeah, and this is a 3-star hotel, so yeah, it's mostly ersatz food. Soy
That sounds fancy. Hey guys, they've got like ersatz eggs. Man, I was expecting like some fake shit. This is mean. I wonder what an ersatz is. It must be like this really like pimp foreign kind of hen.
Much cheaper to grow soy protein and all that sort of stuff, and then they just use flavorings to make it, and texturizers to make it approximate real food.
I'm not mad.
All right. Well, guys, you probably see my message. I got hold of Chase. He's going to put us in contact with a person who can sort out our equipment. And don't worry, Chase can be relied upon. So, should we? What's the deal? Are we going to accept this job? And by that, I mean,
it would be good to see what we have. Oh, excuse me. It would be good to see what we have access to first, Neil. Like,
yeah, what are we getting?
Lay up like this, like, I don't know. I sort of feel like possibly this would be the sort of thing where over compensating may work. Like, I was thinking maybe we might invest in something like chameleon suits or I don't know, anything to make our egress a bit easier. Ingress, sorry.
Both of those things are important. Yeah, all right. So what are I assume details sent me Jesus Christ. I assume Chase has sent me the details at this point.
Yep.
So I will follow the instructions there and
I want to say in group chat, are there I don't need to say in group chat, are we all sat down eating breakfast still?
I assume so.
Yeah. Can't we just find someone to, surely there's is there such thing as an expert in this dragon? Like, can we find out somebody who can help us with this a bit more?
I mean, like, sort of like from table talk, like from like a lore point of view, like so little is known about dragons, you know. Like, humanity's tried to nuke, I think, Dunkelzahn or Lothware, and like
Dunkelzahn was actually assassinated, or presumably assassinated.
Yeah.
He was the president of the UCAS at the time, I believe.
And he's the only dragon that's ever been harmed in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
Only great dragon, I think.
Yeah.
Which obviously
and I believe like dragon lore is actively hidden by dragons.
Right, so there's some real secretive motherfuckers that we don't know anything about.
So just Google what is dragons.
Well, the plan is not to confront the dragon. It's just...
Yeah, we like rocket launched a feathered serpent in Hawaii, and that well, I don't really remember much of it because after my hand got shot off, I was like, "Ow, fuck my hand."
I mean, like, the thing we have to remember though is like, while we may not be fighting the dragon, I mean, and definitely from what I saw whenever I had to talk to Daddy, the lair is almost as formidable as the beast itself. And make no bones about it, we will be going into a dragon's lair and stealing from its hoard. And there have been stories told throughout millennia of adventurers and heroes attempting to do just that and meeting.
Yeah, I saw that quaint old-timey film, The Hobbit, with its like dodgy CGI and fucking like really low frame rate and all that shit. But this is a lodge, right? I mean, I get it. I get what you're saying. Like a dragon goes there sometimes, so it's technically a lair. But it's probably just got a spare skis and a fucking hot pink jumpsuit for her to go fucking skiing. Where is this place? Is it in the mountains?
I mean, like, Neil, like, let's be honest, like, just once, like, this humorous underestimating of a dragon is great, but, like, she is not going to store her old skis there. She is storing information we're trying to steal. It is going to be protected.
Yeah, she would just order new skis every season. I would if I had fucking great dragon money.
Yeah.
So, Bitsy's colourful unicorn appears in front of you. It says, I did a little bit of digging overnight. Like, you guys are right. There's not a lot on dragons, particularly data-wise, but I found a little bit about Mt Shasta, her lair.
Oh, saw that mountain. There's a town right next to it called Weed.
So she forwards you a data packet, which has a bit of, some scraps of information here and there.
Do things like libraries still exist and are accessible?
I mean, the Matrix has all of the things, right?
Yeah, but some things may have not been uploaded.
Yeah, so according to Wikipedia, it's the 5th most dangerous volcano in North America.
There aren't really... I mean, there would be private libraries, would probably be the only thing. There's publicly available information like virtual kind of libraries. It depends on the sort of information you're after as to where it might be held. Bitsy says, like, to give you the cliff notes of her stuff. Her lair's in an old ski lodge kind of place. I don't have any floor plans or anything. None of that stuff survived one of the 2 crashes, but it's definitely up a mountain. I don't know, probably if you look at any other ski lodge, they're probably set up the same way.
Alright, so is the deal where you can just drive up there, or is it a case of you've got to like fly/climb or a gondola or some shit? Is this the Eagle's Nest, or is it like the fucking Tongariro Chateau?
It's, not publicly accessible. Town nearby, people pass through all the time. It's like a hippie jam kind of place, people going in and out. But the lodge itself, what I can see, it's run by a circle of shamans.
Fuck's sake. Alright, but in terms of access though, like if
there is a road, but now it's a private road from the town.
Right. Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay, Bitsy. Okay.
So maybe some mountaineering equipment. And we make our ingress through forests rather than the road.
I know where there's a crate of that shit.
So from Sacremento, it's about 220 miles, I think, to Mt Shasta.
Okay. Alright.
It's like a 3.5 hour drive or something.
Yeah. Okay, Okay. Did we suss the equipment people? Sorry, I know we talked about it.
No.
So
Let's do that.
Chase has put you on to a fellow known as Cleaver.
Well, let's get in contact with this dude then.
Should we take a quick break before we go shopping?
Yes, we shall.
All right, so I'll call Cleaver.
Okay. So,
Your mic's still on. Yeah, oh, it's over here.
so a distorted image pops up on screen, and a modulated but still gravelly voice answers and says, "Who gave you this number?"
Chase.
What do you want?
Equipment.
How much have you got to spend?
Let's look at what 5K will buy us.
5K ends this call.
Fair enough. I'm sure we can stretch on that. What will 10K buy us?
Whatever you like.
Tip top. All right. Well, we're looking at anti-personnel, and if it's within your thing of stuff, mountaineering equipment. And if you can get us an untraceable vehicle with off-road capability, that would be great as well, and I could put in some extra money for that.
Planning a hiking trip.
Indeed. Lovely scenery in these parts.
When?
Sooner is better. Days rather than weeks.
That'll be a premium.
I'd expect nothing less. If we can have what we need within, 3 days, we could look at a premium. If it's 5 days, we can. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. But any more than that, and we're going to have to probably look elsewhere. Deadlines, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Just table talk for a moment. Does anyone else find themselves catching a look at themselves in the camera and like how can I sit to appear most statuesque?
I pretty much only look at myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to keep myself in a position where I'm basically on a similar distance to everybody else, so that the whole thing looks more uniform.
Mm. Yes,
Wow.
yes.
I don't really give it much thought, to be honest.
Posture, and it hurts.
I don't think anyone's noticed except you.
Well,
if that makes you feel better.
Now that you've said it, you look uncomfortable.
Yeah, that looks very unnatural.
I'm actually leaning unnaturally to see in the center of frame because I parked my car too far back. And if I angle my laptop towards me, it's not on the table properly.
At your age, you're going to damage your back. Just leaning very slightly out of center.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I also do sword fighting.
You
which
want
as
to be
you're
careful.
aware.
You don't want to accidentally turn your head and sneeze in that position.
You're not wrong.
That's how you break a rib.
My mate's old man got sick and broke a rib from coughing.
Oh God!
Damn.
Yeah.
I can imagine it. I have some pretty good coughing fits. Sorry, Cleaver.
You trailed off there.
Do you get that, mate? Oh, anyway.
Gone off on a bit of a tangent here.
I do tend to wool gather.
Okay, so yeah, I guess how do you want to do this in terms of shopping? Do you want to kind of specify things and then I tell you whether he's got them and whether he can get them in the time you want, or what?
I mean, I guess so, right? Does everyone just want to like shit ideas out and we'll see how they land?
I want shotgun-proof armor.
That's reasonable. Yeah, we'd like some armor that's proof against small arms.
I'd like a very solid like backpack that is like will protect things inside it and is like kind of stab proof and rip proof.
You want a tactical backpack, a tack pack.
Yeah.
Tack pack.
Yeah, okay, so we're gonna want 5 armor jackets. Hiking packs, good quality.
Make mine a quadruple XL.
Do we need weapons?
Yeah, I'd like to lean on your expertise, Cleaver, if I could, and just determine what kind of small arms we could get away with that aren't going to attract too much attention. I don't know what the laws are here in Calfrey.
Pretty standard. We didn't really deviate too much from the old US of A.
All right. Well, in that case,
Good.
handguns for 5, but also
Could I
2 long rifles and 2 shotguns as well. Like hunting rifles, something that a reasonable person might take into the mountains.
Could we ask for possibly suppressors for at least the pistols?
Yeah. Yeah, if that's a thing, that's not going to be too much of a thing.
That's doable.
And,
can we get one suppressor for a hunting rifle as well? I'm thinking that Morty, that might be useful for you. Yes.
Yes, please. And also, just in case we need it, I'll send you. Let's just flash back to Morty's sent you like a shopping list, and Morty's like pistol, armor, boom stick, and boom booms underlined.
Yeah. Only one of each of these weapons would be, if they're smart linked, would be great.
And also some explosives.
Well, we
like
need stuff
grenades,
that's like
explosives,
fireproof.
Whatever you've got.
Fireproof things? Or like extinguishers.
Well, yeah, we just set up a racing equipment place and just buy fucking racing suits, 3-layer fireproof. Yeah, buddy.
They
They're
look close
expensive.
enough to ski suits, eh?
They actually do.
Should
not
I-
at all waterproof.
Should I get some grenades just in case we need them?
Yeah, Cleaver, what can we do about personal explosives? Is that what you would call them?
Well, you're gonna use them personally.
I wouldn't mind some plastic explosive as well.
Oh, and also technical explosives.
Okay.
This list is getting longer and longer.
It was ever thus.
It was on the list. It was underlined as boom boom.
Oh. Yeah, when you said it, I just thought of like a sniper rifle, but you know, in hindsight.
What kind of grenades or personal explosives?
Morty.
I'm just thinking in case that, like, if what we're... Oh, wait, we're just getting data. This is a data retrieval, isn't it?
Yes, but I don't know if that should really inform your decision on how to blow people blow people up.
Well, I wasn't thinking about blowing people up, just in case we needed to, like, possibly, like, absolutely positively have to get into a room that we can't get into.
I mean, flashbangs and smoke grenades would be great, right?
Yeah, okay, flashbangs and smoke grenades then.
Oh yeah, cool. And yeah, like shaped charges too, right? So if you need to breach a door.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple of shaped charges and half a dozen each of flashbangs and smoke grenades would be absolutely fucking lovely.
Okay. And some explosives. So he says best I can do in that kind of time frame is commercial explosives rather than plastique or foam. You'll have to configure it yourself, but it'll explode.
Okay, well, we've got a guy who knows his shit, so that should be alright.
Sorry, just table talk. Morty does not know his shit when it comes to explosives. Morty has been role-playing knowing his shit because it's never actually come down to it. But when we actually look at the rules, like, Morty doesn't have, like, much dice in terms... So, like, Morty's good at deploying explosives. Morty's not good at making explosives.
Okay.
So, like, Morty is saying, like, when you're saying Morty can suss it out, he's looking at you being like, no.
Okay, and I'm just like, but that's all they have.
Just the grenades, man, just
But,
okay.
But,
all right, then.
Like engineering and stuff.
I mean, I've got engineering and stuff as well. Between us, we could probably, like...
I've got one in engineering.
No, I mean, Neil's got engineering.
I've got engineering coming out every orifice.
So surely he could wing an explosive construction if needed.
Yeah, potentially.
Like, all right, fuck it. All right, get it. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, what could go wrong, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Special explosive, and we'll see what wins.
Just like maybe don't do it in your hotel room.
No one's ever had an
Where else are we gonna do it?
Find a park or some shit. I don't know.
We're gonna fuck around with explosives in a park. What the fuck?
The more public, the better, guys.
Like, I know it's America, but it's California. It's a liberal snowflake state. They don't allow you to build explosives in parks.
So
I didn't realize it would be so obvious.
Pink powder if it's a girl.
Okay.
Terrible. But yeah, and if we in terms of a vehicle, just I don't care if it's old and ugly, as long as it's mechanically sound and untraceable. Yeah, something like a fucking 25-year-old Land Cruiser where someone's actually bothered to change the oil at least twice.
Okay, before we get to that, ammunition.
Yes, please. Morty, I mean, well, you're going to conventional ammunition for the most part, right? I mean, the stakes are pretty high.
You're muted, Martin.
Sorry, Morty would totally be down for some stick and shot. Like, let's chamber pistols at least for stick and shot.
All of the pistols?
Like, I imagine all of the pistols would be the same caliber.
Yeah, let's say one magazine of stick and shot for each pistol, and also conventional. Are we? Because we're not going to bother fucking around with like explosive or incendiary or anything silly, right?
I'm really sorry, but my partner just saw a man taking a shit behind the Salvation Army charity dumpster in Park Crossroads, and I think everyone needs to know this.
Is she alright?
She's fine.
I've seen a man take his penis out and piss on the street in Auckland CBD next to the Auckland City Mission.
I've seen that kind of happen, except he was walking along as he did it.
Impressive.
Outside my
Wow.
house.
That's some coordination.
Oh, he was fucking off his head.
CBD live?
Yeah.
Yeah, that hardly ever happens now, suburban cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
We just have the police visiting our neighbours every few days.
Yeah, but that's only because they're like extremely yelly at each other, right?
Yeah.
You ain't lived till you've heard your neighbour call his wife a cunt and then her yell, "You can't tell me what to do." That's great. That's great. Another. Oh, sorry, Cleaver. I didn't mean to burden you with that. But yeah, just if we get a magazine of stick and shock for each pistol, and then just like a couple of conventional and unconventional for the rifles, and the shotties can be. What's the default in Shadowrun 8, Ben? It's like, is it solid slug or is it? It's not shot, hey?
Yeah, it's slugs. Or flechette for the shotguns as well. It depends on what you want to use them for. Did you just want the one shotgun or two?
Let's go 2 shotguns, 2 hunting rifles, and 5 pistols.
Are both the hunting rifles suppressed?
Only one of those needs to be suppressed.
Why are we getting so many guns when we're probably not going to use all of them in the mission? Like
better to have too many guns than too few.
I mean, like, but table talk though, like real talk, like, I mean, we're not going to use all of these guns.
Should we be getting like some evasive sort of things to like hide ourselves rather than like offense stuff as well? I mean, as well as.
Oh yeah, because you mentioned chameleon suits. Oh yeah. So what have you got in the way of like active camo? And failing that, just passive camo.
I should probably point out at this stage that currently your bill is somewhere north of 10,000.
How much did we? He extended.
Should probably shave some stuff off.
He extended our expenses account there, right?
Yeah, we were up to 20k, weren't we?
Yeah. Okay.
And they took you up with extortion.
Does that north of 10k include a vehicle?
No.
I rather thought not.
So, like,
but if we blow most of our expense account on equipment we're actually going to use, that's kind of not too bad, right?
Yeah. But I'm just thinking, right? Like, you want a shotgun, right? Like, who's the other shotgun for?
Yeah. Okay. You're right. Okay. No, you're right. Maybe
I'll totally take a hunting rifle, but who's the other hunting rifle for?
Well, I was going to say me, but I'll just take the shotty. Well, so go 1 shotty, 1 rifle, and the rifle's the first.
I'll totally take a pistol because having stick and shocks to deploy is great. But like, does everyone need a pistol? Hands up if you want a pistol.
I think everyone should have a
with a little
pistol.
shock thingy. Yeah.
No, Clay doesn't want one?
Nah, man, I'd only end up hurting myself.
Alright, if you're sure. Okay then. 4 pistols.
Clay's always had his club. He's always done good with his club, so you know. Is it sorry, Clay? Is it right to call it a club?
It's
like a
staff. I mean, technically, it'd be more accurate to call it an instrument.
It's a baton, son. What do you use it for? We club people with it.
Clay's always been fantastic with his instrument, so you know, like yeah. So 4 pistols, 1 rifle, 1 shotty, active camouflage, grenades, vehicle,
shotgun-proof armor.
Can we get like smoke grenades or something?
Yes, they are on the list.
Grenades cool. And flashbang grenades.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. And a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Slick, you know there's no such thing as like shotgun-proof armor, right? It's not a speciality that they offer.
Look, I just want to make sure that a shotgun is not going to cause me any worry. That's all I'm trying to achieve here.
I think that should be you should just avoid them. It's probably the best course of action. Just like watch out before you open doors.
I mean, that is definitely a good rule. All right then. So that's our shopping list nailed down, I
think. Camouflage.
Yes, please. Yeah. So, what's our what's active camo worth, and can you get it in a reasonable time frame?
It's available. It's just on the expensive end.
Keep in mind that I can also do the invisible stuff.
So you 1,200 each.
If you want suits.
All right. What about passive camo with maybe some like IR kind of sorry, table talk again. So like passive camo as in just like a DD pat with some kind of IR suppressant. Is that just kind of normal or is that more advanced?
That's more advanced. Like normal, the camo would be basically just free. It's just additional to the armor. If you wanted to get thermal dampening, then the cost escalates considerably.
Okay. And that's basically what we're talking about with the active, right? Okay. Okay, so guys, it's well, Morty, I guess. Actual active camo is $1,200 each. We could.
I mean, the thing is I get the feeling that using these weapons we're buying is Plan B. Plan A is getting in and out unseen, so I think that's what we should be investing most of our money in. So yes, let's spend $1,200 each on active camouflage.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. All right, okay, yeah, we'll pull a trigger on the active camo then.
Does one come in my size? Because I don't know how to break it to you guys. I'm not that sneaky.
And definitely, like, I think that, like, if we can get some time, I'd really like it if Slick could, I don't know, get a look at some aerial photographs or maps of this place. And, like, sorry, I'm just sort of talking and pretending like the NPC isn't there. But, like, a thought occurred to me for some wonderful roleplay. Because this is, like, something, like, we want to get in and out unseen, and we need the slipperiest bastard leading the way on this, and so it's got to be Slick, really. So it's going to be his show.
That sounds about right to me.
It's your time to shine, Slick. Man who didn't want to do it in the first place.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense as far as it goes. What was the question?
I mean, like, the question is like, Slick, do you think we have everything we need in order to be able to pass in and out unseen? Like, is this going to be enough?
Well, I've never really tried to sneak into anywhere like this before, to be honest. So I don't. Honestly, man, I have no idea.
Yeah,
I think we're just gonna have to just be as
and
prepared as we can. I mean, active camouflage is a great start. So that's where I'm at right now.
and not to throw any shade, but I was a teenage fuckwit in the Barrens, and I never encountered active camo. I'm sure it's fucking great though, and we should get some.
Wait.
Okay then, let's do it then. Yep. Also, 5 active camouflages. Here are our measurements.
The troll size will cost you extra.
Typical.
Is what it is.
Racist is what it is.
It's quite a lot of material as well. No offense.
It didn't ask to be born this way, Neil.
Preaching to the choir, buddy.
I don't really think we're gonna know if we're prepared until we're actually there.
Okay. So vehicle. That was the next thing.
Yeah, an elderly Land Cruiser that someone has at least tried to look after. Or equivalent. Toyota Talon's nice, and if you can get one in beige. Champagne gold, I mean.
Maybe something 4-wheel drive, Neil?
That's
all-terrain?
Yeah, no, exactly. That is the requirement. That's why I suggested a Land Cruiser, yeah.
Okay, right. Yeah, I just said Toyota.
Yeah, we don't want to stall it.
You've got about 6.5 left on your budget. For that, the vehicle might not be top of the line.
It just needs to be mechanically sound.
I mean, I can throw in some money for a top-up.
I think we're looking good, man. We got 6.5 left on our budget. That's actually, I was expecting worse. Or like, if there's money left in the expense account after this shopping trip, I consider that a bonus.
Well, I'll take your 6 and I'll see what I can find in the vehicle department.
I see. That's what that was for. Okay, cool.
We'll exchange your the goods and the funds, and I'll see if we got an option for your vehicle at the time.
Right.
Can we set delivery like somewhere closer to where maybe the operation is taking place, so that we maybe don't have to figure out a way of lugging all this shit there? Oh no, we're gonna drive the car there. So never mind. Sorry, that's idiotic. Sorry.
All right. Thanks, Cleaver. It's good to deal with a professional for once. I'm just giving him a reach around while he fucks us. That's all I'm doing.
Give me a few days. I'll be in touch.
All right. Look forward to hearing from you.
I mean, why are you giving him a reach around as he's fucking you? Like
it's kind of hard, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that is not how that works.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I did not think
take my word for it.
I got to be honest. I did not think it's logistics, and that's on me.
So as we're sort of like driving away from the meet with Cleaver, I'm like just sort of spitballing. I'm like, so I don't know, guys, about you, but the way I figure it is like, yeah, we've got plan A and plan B, and like plan A, I feel like Slick should plan out plan A, possibly with consultation with Orla, as she has druidic knowledge and will be passing through natural elements as we make our way in, and hopefully also out unseen.
Yeah, so I feel like it's going to be hard to deal with that specifically until we get there. We can pull up like Google Maps and shit.
Yeah.
But also because I can put up a drone and and Sloken or I can like.
Yeah, we need to just survey the area first and see what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's sort of what I'm suggesting is that maybe we take like a day for, guys, like maybe we just take a day to just like get to grips with stuff and maybe like, just some R&R and open parentheses downtime, close parentheses. And then
Definitely
do some like looking around and digging and scoping it out and open parentheses legwork, close parentheses.
Yeah, so Neil would like to look for a bar, and as much as he sneered at everyone going to that German American bar, as he's really looking for something Seattle flavored that maybe has Puyol up any of their varieties of beer on tap would be great. And if they're showing Urban Brawl, even better.
Say that's doable.
And then I would like to try and recover some karma. Do I have a little bit?
Ola would like to either start researching into either planting days or a retreat out into the bush, into the forest, or buy heaps of houseplants, as many as she can get.
Just to metagame for a second, what's the actual roll to regain karma?
It's your worst attribute.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, I want to regain some karma. Because my worst attribute sucks.
Yeah, I actually haven't really I don't think I've nailed down properly what my thing is for regaining karma. But it's something to do with plants.
You're going to say it's not buying heaps of houseplants?
Like, I was going to suggest, smoking heaps of weed.
Same thing. Houseplants, right?
When in Rome.
Well, yeah. And just greening out.
Yeah, it is usually a habit of some kind, usually something detrimental. It's something you do to blow off steam, so something like
mushrooms.
Yeah.
Surely a
mushrooms and weed.
Psychedelic, mind-altering experience should get you some fucking karma back. Speaking of everyone, it is mushroom season, so whether you're looking for mushrooms for the table or looking for the mushrooms for your mind, now's the time to go out and get looking.
Yeah, be careful though.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a clue of what they look like, and I heard they're kind of hard to distinguish between them and very dangerous poisonous ones.
Yes, they are. I only know how to positively identify one, and I have done very well off that one. But
not just that, but some friends of mine told me after they had a poor experience that the council sometimes sprays mushrooms with a toxic substance.
Yep, I have heard that as well.
Obviously to prevent them from growing and little kids eating them, but it's like, well, now they're poisonous instead of just psychoactive, so I'm not sure what benefit you're really accruing from this.
I feel like it should have gone without saying, but I didn't think about it at the time. That's that the vehicle should be rigged.
Yeah, as I recall, that doesn't incur too much of an extra cost, but yeah, I'll say that you mentioned that, because otherwise it's probably too annoying.
Sweet.
Okay, I think I've pretty much got everything there.
Clay is going to also look for a bar, but he's going to look for ones that are doing open mic nights.
Oh, Clay, are you going to a bar? If you don't mind, I'll tag along.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out ones that are running open mic nights and seeing if I can, find a place in their set.
Dude, that sounds fucking sick. You want me as a music?
Yep,
Yeah,
not difficult either, really.
It's gonna be, workshops and stuff.
Are you gonna do bagpipes?
Do what? Sorry.
Bagpipes?
Oh no. No, that was
Oh, you're sorry. I forgot your bagpipe got stabbed.
It's a very sore spot for him.
I'm sorry, mate. I didn't think. I did not think.
Sounds like a euphemism when you say it like that. Yeah, and I'm going to spend my time leading up to that, just writing some lyrics, collaborating with the bandmates back home, doing all that stuff.
Yeah, I suppose I'll just try and find some mushies and weed and just zonk out for a while.
I think I'm going to join Ola on that.
Sweet.
You can come to an open mic tonight.
If you'll let me join, that is. If this is your own personal thing, then I'll do my own thing. But
Well, you're welcome to join. I can't guarantee that I'll communicate with you at all.
I mean, that's kind of the goal here. So yeah, right. I'm on board.
Okay, so
you could bring that on to open mic night. It might make some of the acts more palatable.
Yeah. All right. See how I feel.
Is this the way that Slick then gets karma back? Because there is a particular way that you can go and do any other vices or whatever that you like, but in theory, there's only one way that actually gets you centered.
Yeah, because I feel like for me, because I haven't really properly decided how I get karma back, and I've kind of been thinking that, I go back to that old bad habit. I'm a thief. I just go.
Yeah, man, kleptomania, crimes.
Go and rob some shit.
Don't fucking steal my drugs.
But I already have full karma, so I think.
True.
You're just along for the ride.
Yeah, I'm just joining them because it sounds fun.
Bloody tourists.
Makes sense. Okay. So, Austin, I guess we'll start with you. So, if you do your karma roll.
First attribute is 2 dice, please. I'll take 5.
Yeah, I imagine that doesn't put you over, luckily.
What's the next?
8.
Right, yeah, I'm 7.
Yeah. If you get more than 8, then problems occur. Just FYI. Okay. So that's why you don't always want to keep topping up your karma.
So while Clay is working out his open mic set, Neil is supporting him, which mostly means sitting at the bar and smashing some drinkies.
Okay.
Ah, cock. Okay, nice. I went over.
Oh.
No, it's not nice. I was counting on it being a bad attribute to not pick. What happens if you go over?
Don't make a scene, Neil. Jesus.
This is the second 6 I've got tonight.
First day in LA.
He spews on the bar.
Yeah, what happens? What happens, Gar?
Fuck me.
Overly enthusiastic and supportive Clay.
I'm moshing to folk music and accidentally elbow somebody in the teeth very hard.
Start a bar brawl, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I would say you get kicked out. You also end up with a bit of harm.
Fucking shit pub anyway. I wouldn't fucking go there. Fucking shit.
Oh, he's all drunk and belligerent.
Yeah. Was I rude to the staff?
Well, you probably won't remember, but
I mean, Clay will remember, right?
Clay will remember this. Yep.
Fuck's sake.
Because your set was going fantastic. You were feeling really good.
So you just basically go like Bigby.
Well, I mean, Bigby's a psychopath. It's more like you say. I think it's more that you kind of accidentally caused a ruckus, and then you got your hackles up when someone challenged.
Ain't no cunt leaving here till I find out what cunt did it.
So yeah, you'll get another level 1 harm, which will be bruised or bruises.
Are you saying this is some kind of like self-destructive behavior?
Not at all. Doing this will take up another one of your days, just so you know. So this will be day 1 of 10. Like the shopping stuff is obviously doesn't take up a whole day, so the rest of it is getting karma back.
Does that also mean I can roll again to heal?
Nope, because getting karma back is mutually exclusive with sitting quietly and resting to heal up.
I was sitting quietly and resting until that cunt got smart.
Do I have to roll?
He would make the argument that he was taking medicine.
So yeah, worst attribute.
That's a 2. And I'm currently in the bar also watching Clay greened out. Oh.
So 4 karma back.
Okay. Alright, cool. I got 5 now. That's good.
What was Morty doing?
So, Morty, noticing the guys were going out for the night, bid them a very good night and sequestered himself in his room, where he began writing the first article of his career. And the article was about the populist uprising in a small German barony, duchy, I can't remember. And yeah, just like how the common man subverted custom and protocol to bring about social change, equality, welfare state, blah 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 blah. Because they agreed, right? You know, cradle to grave welfare state. If they got the book, that's why we gave them the book. And what a win it was, and like how this should be a source of inspiration to the working man across the land. Let this day unite us in our shared struggle against our capitalist overlords.
Yeah, I don't know if you entirely went through a point-by-point policy agenda before you handed over the book, but yeah, there was a general groundswell of less autocratic rule. So
yeah.
All right, do you want to do your dice roll then? We'll see how well this article goes.
2 dice, I think. Just 6. Yes, 2 dice.
So
yeah,
3.
Sweet. Okay, right.
Are you sending it away to Kerry for proofing, or?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
And also advice on how to sort of like go about publishing this stuff, you know.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, that is day 1. Day 2. Neil wakes up feeling a little rougher than he expected. Bruises on his bruises. Everyone else feels pretty good. if you're talking, we can't hear you, and I can't see if your mouth is moving because of your orc face.
I'm just saying that I didn't realize open mic nights were so rough in California. This place is weird.
When should we start? Oh, when are we getting our shit that we ordered?
A couple of days now.
Yeah, he said a couple of days to be back in touch to go and pick it up.
Oh, speaking of that, we should actually probably talk to the Chronicles of Braddock, whatever his name is, and either accept his job or not, right?
I feel like it's implied at this stage. I mean, we've spent all this money.
I mean, yes, in terms of us, but in terms of him, he desperately needs a thing done and needs a team to do it. So if we don't come back to him, he's going to get someone else.
All right.
Yeah, so I'll ring up. It's Raddick, right? Yes. Be like, hey, Mr. Raddick. Hi.
Have we come to terms?
Yep, no, yes, we have an agreement, I believe, and we would be happy to take on the thing that you said.
I'm glad to hear it. I'll send the expense account through. Good luck. When you've recovered the file, make contact again, and we will arrange payment.
Easy peasy, leave it with me, mate. I won't let you down.
Okay.
So what we're trying to get is a file?
Mm-hmm.
I have to go. I'm just going to go and have a little spew.
How are we going to get this file? Does anyone know how to do that?
This is a very good point. So we need to be physically on site to get it. That's the thing, and that's why he thought we would be the ones. But the specifics of that, we probably should try and nail down. What did he give us some clues that we've forgotten about?
What do you want to know?
Is this a case of like taking a piece of hardware, like a server or a server hard drive or some shit, or is it a case of actually hacking into a system, or do we even know?
Hacking into a system.
Man.
Which is why you get a message from Bitsy saying, "Can you guys pick me up at the airport?"
What?
Yeah, like. Yeah. I take it we don't have a vehicle at this point. I'll get an Uber.
All right, so yeah, in the flesh, she is there, looking a little harried, but it's been a little while since you've seen her personally, but she looks much the same.
Hey, Bits, how's it hanging?
I don't really like this flying thing, At least it didn't take long.
Neither. You should have been on our flight. It was ridiculous.
How's Flick?
We're having a little break,
Aw. What happened?
A lot of Ross and Rachel shit going on.
He's just so young, guys.
Do you wanna talk about it?
Can anyone fill Ola in? She wants to know what the gossip is.
Yeah, okay, so it turns out that Betsy's fucking like a wizard decker.
Maybe don't talk about her in front of her. Like, that's a bit rude.
We've gone to one side.
Okay.
And I guess he's young, I don't know. All humans look kind of young because their skin's so smooth. Ugh.
he said to the
I
elf.
think elves have the same sort of thing, but even better.
Oh, no offense. Or the opposite of that.
None taken. Absolutely none taken.
Look at my
Okay.
Oh my god. Just picking up.
So, Bitsy says it's not a big thing. He just needs to have a think about what he wants. Okay.
Morty gives Bitsy a quick hug.
I think all of that they're trying to decide whether or not to get 2.4 Labradors. I can't remember how it works.
All right. So yeah,
2.4?
she's a little surprised, but yeah, she gives you a hug back, and she says, "But how are you anyway? How was your trip? Like I couldn't really see a lot of what was going on."
The usual, just mayhem.
Oh shit! Hang on, let me upload all of my fucking recordings from my.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to get fucking back.
How did you get here? Who did Chase get in touch with you?
And why are you here?
Well,
and also pleased to meet you in the flesh.
Yeah, likewise.
I'm so rude.
I was kind of wondering
Right.
that, like, what's the deal with Chase on this one? Like, how did this guy know to give you like this file?
I wondered the same thing, and I thought this was like a prior thing that they all knew about, and I was just like kind of going along with it. But I thought, how did they know?
Well, I mean, obviously he knows Chase somehow, because otherwise there's no way he could have gotten your encryption-y thing, right? So.
Well, yeah, I guess Chase must have given it to him. Given him the file. But how
didn't-
did Chase know that you guys would be here?
I didn't think to ask, and I was drinking. Sorry, I didn't think to ask because I was drinking.
Yeah, you look a little roughed up.
I got this job from Erin. Maybe she got in touch with Chase?
Out of character, would Bitsy have any kind of tracking on Chase?
Probably not anymore, because it's not really her job. And she's not like Flick. Flick likes to know everything. She's not really.
Right on.
It's not an uncommon for a Decker to have that sort of attitude, but Bitsy doesn't seem to be like that most of the time. Unless something like this happens, where it's like, wait a minute.
A hacker with a respect for privacy. That's...
Not really. It's not respect that holds her back. It's just whether she's interested in it or not. Once Chase kind of left the life, then it was like, well, he's going to do a desk job. What the fuck do I care? Which she says, when I heard about this job, I knew you guys would probably need me on site. Like, I don't think, no offense, Neil, but piggybacking through your head, it's not the most pleasant experience.
None taken?
What's she even talking about?
What has he been thinking about?
What have I been thinking about?
Well, it's not like she's reading your mind, but using your wireless connection.
Oh fuck! I need to lock certain aspects of my online profile down, don't I?
So, do you need accommodation, or like, where do we go from here? Are we setting off?
We're still waiting for our gear, right?
So I guess we got to put Bitsy up.
Yeah, she said I would have brought you some stuff, but they're a little antsy.
Oh, sorry.
Flights.
Since I overindulged, does that mean I get like up to maximum karma, or do I just like get none or some shit?
No, you get up to maximum.
All right, well, every cloud.
What is? I thought the max was 6.
8.
8 is.
All this time I thought it was 6. I had 6 as my maximum this whole time.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Well, good thing you've only gone over once.
Yeah.
Okay, so can we? At this point, we're basically just still waiting for gear. Do we get another chance to regain karma?
Yes, or you
Or
can heal,
things.
or...
Oh, healing's mean. I'm going to have a go of healing, actually. Turns out I've got heaps of karma.
Okay. So yeah, if you head back to your hotel room and chill out for the whole day, then yeah, you can make a healing roll.
What's the weather like, and is there a swimming pool?
There is a swimming pool, but you wouldn't want to swim in it.
That's fine. I just want to laze beside it if the weather is permitting.
I'm going to watch reaction videos of people, specifically from Cal Free, watching Sealies.
Yeah, fair enough.
This is how I immerse myself in a culture.
Oh, you could...
Wait, what was I rolling? Oh, I was supposed to roll my body, right?
Yeah.
Alright, well, here comes the rest, thank fuck.
Nice, okay. So that will give you... Well, give you one... Yeah, another... Yeah.
I would like to heal also. Yeah,
All is just laying in the sun and doing like photosynthesis, basically.
2 dice, please.
Well, yeah, it's even though it's winter in California, it's the tail end of winter. It's still California, so it's not Southern California, but it's still nice and sunny. It's about maybe like 19 degrees.
Well, Sacremento is sort of like desert, right? Yeah.
There's 4.
4 is one segment. You're healing, right?
Yeah.
So one segment out of 4. Things that can help you heal. I'll let you know. Well, if you increase your lifestyle, so if you were to go into a slightly better place or go into hospital care, but it'll cost you obviously for those. Otherwise, you could hire a street doc or a physician.
Not that badly hurt. I think it's just drain, isn't it? Is that still...
Yeah, drain still takes time.
Right. Well, can we hold off another day, guys?
Yeah. I need to do some healing as well. I think I should probably go see a street doc. Actually, I've got some muscular skeletal stuff going on.
All right, so Cleaver can put you in touch with one. It'll just cost you 100 for the day, and it'll give you +1 to effect.
Sweet. And so that's me healed.
If you make the roll, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm with you. Yep. And healing, I roll my body. So 4 dice, please. Double 6.
That'll do it.
I leave the dock with a spring in my step.
Yeah, what kind of healing is it? Reiki massage or something?
I imagine he's probably like an osteopath or something, someone who's like, a non-quack person who, helps with your alignment and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes a slight difference in the Sixth World when some of the more esoteric practitioners can legitimately have beneficial effects.
Oh, if there's some sort of magical healing, I'd totally go do that. Like, I don't know,
That is possible, but it is a lot more expensive.
I mean, if some guy's gonna like chant over me, or I don't know. Yeah, never mind.
Well, during this time when these guys are all healing, can Slick be not necessarily training, but I want him to be kind of, I don't know, he's using this time to look into a bit of spirituality, a bit of like what's going on down there, read a few books.
Well, it's possibly a good time to look at, seeing as you have finished a mission, looking at some XP, seeing if you did anything that was worthy of getting an XP tick. So let's look at Slick first. So you've got a couple of things that we could potentially tick. Like standing up for the innocent, possibly, if you're involved in the decision to give the book over to the commune. Otherwise, it's if you can think of reasons why you might have done any of these other things in the XP triggers part of your character sheet in the last section. And that largely goes for everyone. So same for you, Amanda, for example, if there was anything that you did in the last, in the German trip that might have ticked these. It's generally a good idea to actually do it during the session, but I know we haven't really kept track of that. So,
for what? Sorry.
So on your character sheet, you'll have XP triggers in that box near the top left, and by doing those things, you tick the box, and then that's XP when we get to the end, which allows you to increase some of your other skills or abilities.
Ah, I see. I completed these XP triggers without much context, so like I didn't really know what to put for like heritage.
You've basically put in what I would expect. So,
all right, okay.
For example, your heritage one is whenever your background becomes useful during an adventure. So yeah, if your studies come into it, for example, then yeah, you might get a tick.
It wasn't useful last mission, but it was very useful the mission before that, when you led us through the woods. You got that massive success.
Yep. So you could potentially tick that one at the moment. Going back a ways. And then the methods are, did you do something in the way that your character is set up to do? So by using knowledge, by using investigation to achieve something significant. That sort of thing.
I feel like if I hadn't have betrayed Goldie, I would have ticked that code one off. She trusted me.
Yeah, do what's right is kind of a tricky thing.
Well, that's very subjective as well.
It is, because it's like, was not giving her the book the right thing? Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Based on how you were expressing all of feeling about it, it seems like, no, you didn't do the right thing by her.
Not by Goldie. By the town, maybe, but that's not what Orla was really focusing on.
That's right.
I don't think she was clear about her own motives, though. So
one of the reasons why I'm fairly lax on XP is simply because your characters are already far more powerful than normal starting characters. So it's not actually too much to advance into. There's a little bit, but yeah, we won't always sort of do this. Otherwise, the only thing that really holds people back, as I've said before, is just the dice themselves. Like if you look at the statistics, I think on success for having like 3 or more dice, it's ridiculously high. It's just for some reason you guys roll really badly. So,
I wonder why.
Although, while we're on the topic, Neil himself strongly feels like he's fulfilled the technical skill and cleverness parts of his thing, but a more impartial observer might have a different view.
How did he do that?
Just as being like the overall brains of the operation and like really masterminding the strategy that led to our flawless execution of every aspect of the mission.
Wow, he must have taken a few shots to the head.
He was also drunk quite a lot of the time.
I think our entrance smashing through the glass stained window was pretty clever.
I wish I had an XP trigger for just badassness, because that would have
definitely. I feel like one of mine should be like fucking don't draw attention to yourself, which I think it was at some stage, but I changed it.
And that's where the trauma traits come into it as well, is that if you take an opportunity to play up your trauma, then that's where you can get XP as well.
I mean, that definitely happened in the last one. These fucking people.
I think maybe a trigger for Slick for that mission would have. I don't know if I don't think it would have been the code, because I don't think Slick was. I don't know. I don't think you can fully understand if who was actually innocent in that situation. It's in another country. He didn't really know what was going on. He didn't know who was right or wrong. He just wanted to get the mission done. So I feel like maybe he could have had the method with control, because I feel like he controlled his bit. He had to achieve his little seekiness to find out where the room was, and ultimately that helped contribute to stealing the book, which I feel like he felt good about.
Yep. All right, I would go along with that.
Can also this is a sidetrack note. I kind of want Orla to like see if she can read the book while she's sitting by the pool in the sun. The book that she's holding, or I don't know, just out of pure interest and the fact that she is very studious.
Yeah, you can give it a whirl. Okay.
I can't even remember what's in it.
Well, there's a lot of stuff in it of particular interest to the Baron. The section that you're able to find is that it talks about a kind of like a goblin kingdom or a community that existed in Germany in the 1400s, but it seems likely it was largely apocryphal. Like there's no evidence in modern magical studies that indicate there was any magic present in the world at that point in time, although it has been suggested in a number of different academic circles that there have been spikes of mana throughout history which contribute to various myths and legends. So it's entirely possible there was maybe something stronger that happened during the time, or it could just be a local legend.
Well, to be precise, it was like prehistory when they think this happened, right?
Like 1400s.
No. I may be misremembering the history of the world, but I believe like it was more like several millennia BC was the last actual mana spike. But
Aaron the Scribe mentions waves or cycles of magic, implying that there was a fourth world. There's been no other credible sources that have come up and backed up that particular theory. But
just to be clear, he was talking about the 4th millennium BC.
I think it's around 3500 BC. Was would be the supposed fourth world. But spikes are localized events. For example, one that happened somewhat recently was Halley's Comet returning, which caused the level of mana in the sixth world to rise briefly before falling again. It created things, changelings, which everyone is kind of aware of, but they're still reasonably rare to find, and none seem to be manifesting these days. Changelings are creatures that exhibit particular traits, sometimes of metatypes, like they may look perfectly human, but they have elvish ears, or sometimes even animal traits, a tail or something, or a very odd shape, skin color or something like that.
I saw Halley's Comet in 87.
Probably didn't have a magical effect on you.
Well, look at my tusks.
I think it was around 64, so it was 10 years ago that happened. And yeah, the magic level has increased, but not as much as during when Halley's Comet was here. So that's a mana spike. And there are definitely mana spikes that are localized, just as there are abscesses of mana. All right, and here endeth the lesson, I guess, with that boring lecture.
Next session, I kind of want Orla to sort of have a D&M with the group about her past.
Deep and meaningful.
All right, fellas.
Yeah. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals.
Bah.